It's not every day that a cat and a dog face off in a judo competition, but what if I told you that, in this showdown, they had more than just trophies at stake? A clever cat, carrying the weight of a sad past, and a dog with a pure heart, but a desire to prove something more than just strength. What happens when these two giants clash on the mat? Get ready, because what you're about to witness will surprise you. Petopolis was a small and peaceful town, where cats and dogs lived in separate neighborhoods, always with a silent respect, but an ingrained rivalry. The cats were known for their agility and intelligence, while the dogs were admired for their strength and courage. They had never mixed until something extraordinary happened. The announcement of a judo tournament was made, but it wouldn't be just any competition. For the first time, cats and dogs would have to compete together, side by side, in pursuit of a grand prize, the golden trophy, and more importantly, a lifetime supply of premium food. The contest wasn't just about winning, but about honor, prestige, and the chance to break a decades-old tradition. When the cats heard about the competition, many doubted that any of their companions could face a dog on the mat. But what no one knew was that this tournament wouldn't only test the strength and skill of the participants, it would reveal what truly matters when facing a great challenge. It's turning into a really cool story, isn't it? Leave a comment and let me know what you think. Don't worry, stay with me, because the story is still going on, and there's lots of exciting stuff coming up. Tom was a Persian cat with fluffy, well-groomed fur, known for his elegant appearance and agile movements. He lived peacefully, surrounded by other cats, and was considered the best in racing and jumping competitions. But inside, Tom carried a weight that none of his friends knew about. When he was just a kitten, he had lost his mother tragically, run over by a car while trying to protect him from danger. The pain of that loss stayed with him every day, and he swore to himself that he would never fail, that he would never be weak. He knew that, even though he was small and delicate, he had an inner strength that few recognized. Max, on the other hand, was a Labrador dog with a robust body and a massive personality. His love for life and unwavering loyalty were known all over Petopolis. However, his past wasn't as clear as it seemed. Abandoned as a puppy, Max was rescued by an elderly woman who, with much affection, gave him a second chance at happiness. Growing up without a family of his own made him question his worth many times, but over the years he learned that true strength wasn't just in the size of his body, but in the grit and determination he carried in his heart. When the announcement of the tournament reached Petopolis, the town was divided. The cats laughed, believing that none of them would stand a chance against the raw strength of the dogs. The dogs, with their confident mascots, boasted of their superiority, expecting to dominate the competition with ease. Tom, however, saw this as a chance to prove something much bigger than his ability to run fast or jump high. For him, it was the opportunity to show that cats could be resilient and capable of more than the world ever imagined. Max, on the other hand, didn't just want to win. He felt the need to prove to himself and to others that his loyalty and courage could be more than the stereotype of a strong dog. Both were willing to do whatever it took to claim the trophy, not just for glory, but for the chance to represent their species in a way they had never done before. With the pressure of proving their worth, Tom and Max prepared to face the greatest challenge of their lives. Hey, are you enjoying this story? That's so cool. Let's keep going, but before we do, I noticed you haven't left a like on this video yet. It's really important because that way, YouTube will keep showing you our cute kitten stories. And with that, we'll keep bringing you more exciting stories. So don't forget to leave your like, okay? Thanks. Tom was determined not to fail. Every move on the mat had to be perfect, and for that, he dedicated himself tirelessly to training. Every day, Mia, a young and energetic kitten, helped him refine his techniques. Mia was not just his trainer, but also a loyal friend. She saw in Tom a hero, the cat who had risked his own life to rescue her from a fire when she was still very young. With eyes shining with admiration, Mia encouraged Tom to never give up. Remember, she would say, it's perseverance that turns weakness into strength. Tom focused on Mia's lessons and began to notice that constant practice was paying off. His reflexes were faster, his movements smoother. But the memory of his mother, who had always been in his thoughts, began to weigh more heavily during his training. Every time he fell or made a mistake, Tom remembered the promise he had made to himself. He would never fail. But inside, a doubt began to grow. What if he wasn't good enough? While Tom trained, Max faced a different challenge. Rex, an older German Shepherd and former judo champion, took on the role of his mentor. Rex had seen many fights, many victories and defeats, and knew that Max needed more than strength to win. He needed to learn to control his emotions, to transform his energy into strategy, and that wouldn't be easy. Max, always impulsive, tried to use all his strength in the first lessons, but was thrown down by Rex almost every time. Raw strength isn't everything, Rex would say, his serious, experienced gaze reflecting the wisdom accumulated over the years. You need to learn to focus, to be patient. Judo is not just about defeating the other, it's about mastering yourself. Every training session for Max seemed like a test of patience. But over time, he began to understand. He learned to observe Rex's movements more attentively, to breathe deeper, to wait for the right moment. His attacks became more controlled, and his defense stronger. However, despite all the progress, Max couldn't shake the insecurity he carried. He felt that no matter how hard he tried, he would never be as good as Rex, or as reliable as his mentor believed he could be. Weeks passed, and with each training session, Tom and Max drew closer to the big day, both aware that the tournament would be more than just a competition. For Tom, it was the chance to prove that he wasn't just an agile cat, but also resilient. For Max, it was the opportunity to show that his strength lay in his ability to overcome the fears and insecurities that had always followed him. They both knew that the fight would be tough, but neither was willing to give up. As the big day of the tournament approached, Tom's heart was torn between his desire to prove his worth and the weight of his memories. He still saw himself as the fragile kitten who had lost his mother and promised never to give up. But every mistake during training made him question his abilities. The image of his mother, sacrificing herself to save him, pushed him to be stronger, more agile, but it also filled him with the fear of failure. He wondered, what if I can't do it? What if I'm not enough? The pressure of carrying the honor of the cats in the village seemed like an increasingly heavy burden. Max, on the other hand, felt like a giant with feet of clay. His physical strength was undeniable, but his soul carried deep scars. Even after months of training, he still feared he wasn't trustworthy. The memories of his abandonment still haunted his thoughts. He wanted to be the hero of the story, but he couldn't shake the feeling that maybe his efforts would never be enough. What if I fail? What if everyone sees that I'm not as good as they think I am? These thoughts plagued his mind, and the idea of facing Tom on the mat only heightened his anxiety. The fear of being seen as weak and insufficient consumed him, but he couldn't back down. He needed to fight, not just to win the tournament, but to earn the confidence he so desperately wanted. Especially his own self-confidence. The big day had finally arrived, and the Patopolis gym was buzzing with anticipation. The stands were packed, with cats and dogs of all kinds gathered to witness the most awaited showdown in the village's history. The tension in the air was palpable. The golden trophy gleamed in the distance, but for Tom and Max, it was not just about the prize, it was about proving themselves and showing everyone watching what they were truly capable of. When Tom stepped onto the mat, his eyes locked onto Max. He could hear the sound of his own heartbeat pounding, feeling the weight of all the expectations resting on his shoulders. Max, with his muscles tense, faced his opponent with quiet confidence, but inside, his mind was a storm of conflicting thoughts. The referee blew the whistle, and the match began. Max was quick, charging forward with raw power, trying to use his size and strength to pin Tom down. But the cat, as agile as a flash of lightning, slipped to the sides, dodging the attacks with an impressive finesse. The crowd was ecstatic. Every move seemed choreographed, but the tension between them was real. Nothing was certain. The fight continued with a series of attacks and counterattacks, with Max trying to grab Tom and Tom evading with a grace that seemed to defy the laws of physics. In one of the most critical moments, Max managed to knock Tom to the ground with a powerful blow. Silence fell like a heavy curtain over the arena. The spectators were speechless. waiting for what would happen next. Everyone thought victory was almost certain for the dog. But then, with an unexpected speed, Tom found an opening. Using his lightness and velocity, he executed a move no one anticipated, flipping the game in a surprising twist. The crowd erupted into applause. Both were exhausted, sweaty, but neither gave an inch. They knew the outcome would be decided by more than just strength. It was a battle of heart. The fight finally came to an end, and the gym exploded in applause and shouts of emotion. Tom, despite being exhausted and sore, smiled with a determined look in his eyes. He had won, but it was about more than just the trophy. He knew that the real prize was the honor and respect earned in that ring. Max, though defeated, rose with dignity. Both had given their all, showing that true strength doesn't come from the body alone, but from the will to never give up. And you, what did you think of this story? Let us know in the comments which part you liked the most and why. We're excited to hear your thoughts. If you liked this story, don't forget to leave a like and tell everyone. Subscribe to the channel for more amazing adventures of our cute little cats. Comment below and tell me what you think. Your opinion is really important to us. Come join our group of cat lovers and help spread smiles and cuteness around.